Hello, gorgeous ones. Fonzie here, which means it's time for another Fonzie and Company, the podcast. Thursday, March 14th, 2024. Hello, my loves. How you doing? Have you had a lovely week? Have you, it's Mother's Day coming up. Sorry if you ain't got a mum and that's triggered you. Or you got two daddies, that also triggered you. I don't give a fuck in Mother's Day. It's another thing for the greeting card companies to say, oi, money please, because the other 364 days of the year, 65, because it's a leap year, I don't give a fuck, that you can tell your mum you love her by getting her a card, or some flowers, or some chocolates, because you got to, innit? Everyone's told you got to, so you have to. Anyway, all the happy mums out there and the unhappy ones, why not? You're included. Yeah, have a happy Mother's Day on Sunday. And then you got St. Paddy's Day coming up. Me and Beth used to fucking do St. Paddy's Day all the time, but we don't anymore. You know, we used to wear the hats, you know, those ones with the ginger sideburns. And you know what? That's the kind of cultural appropriation that seems to be apparently all right. That seems to be taken well. Oh, we don't mind. Oh, it's just a laugh and the fucking ginger sideburns. Right, I'll have a problem with that in 2020. 3 or 4, no, fuck you. I just want to have a day where St. Paddy's, the guy who drove the serpents out of said Irish city and then took all the kids, I actually don't know how the fucking story goes. I don't know. Get yourself educated. Oh my God. Just have a good St. Paddy's Day, innit? Have, drink for the sake of drinking, even though none of you have fuck all Irish heritage, you'll be doing it anyway. Bristol has a parade, apparently. I had no idea about this. There's a parade, so you can go and do that. What they do in Chicago, they paint the fucking river green or whatever. That can't be good, right? That can't be good for any means. It's food colouring, sure, it will wash off or whatever. You're gonna have like fucking green ass salmon coming out of that. I don't know if there's any salmon in the river, but anyway, goddamn, I've got 2 bevies on the go. I got the blackest, strongest coffee on the go, and I've got a Monster Energy on standby because I'm fucking knackered, guys. It's restaurant. I had to, I'm Mr. DIY around the area now. I used to have a bloke. Now it's just me. Yeah, I'm putting up fucking shelves. I'm drilling shit into other shit. It's fantastic, guys. So you usually call the man, innit? You call Mr. Bloke who come round with his tool belt or whatever, and he'll just fucking do it for an nominal fee. I'm doing that now. I painted a bathroom. I did a shit job. I thought it'd be easy. I thought, I won't waste money on that. I got 5 hours before I start. Fuck it, I'll come in early, I'll paint the bathroom. No, it looks fine. It just doesn't look great. I feel like a bloke could have done it better. Or a lady. There's lady painters out there. You know what I mean? When you call the guy, I'm not being like sexist or whatever, it's usually a bloke, innit? Ladies can paint, everybody. It's 2024. I'm angry. Fucking tired and angry. But yeah, I decided to, I try to put on an automatic, I don't know what they're called, an automatic door closer in the restaurant. And it's not just me, right? I'm not thick. I am a bit thick, but I'm not that thick. That I had, I had one of my members of staff look at, because I was trying to put this thing up, door ain't opening. I'm like, I'm fairly sure that defeats the purpose of a fucking door opener or closer or whatever. It's one of those things you put on the door where you open the door and the door closes by itself, right? So I got this thing I put it on the bracket, the frame of the door, and the bar goes on top of it. The other side connects to the top of the frame, and it's supposed to close. I put it on every fucking angle. I can't open the door. This thing is actively stopping the door from opening. So I'm like, cool. What happens now? Turns out, but no matter what angle I put it on, I put the bar out, I put the bar in to the side, cha-cha now, y'all, and I couldn't fucking do it. No, and again, got another member of staff to help me. I had my head chef come up and say, come on, mate. And then I had, bless him, a guy called, shout out to Yarek, who's the fucking delivery driver of one of our suppliers. Lovely, great Polish guy. Fucking, he's a man's man, you know what I mean? So I'm like, if any motherfucker can do it, it's this guy. And then he's looking at it like, Fonzie, no idea. Like, I know he's not a fucking qualified door automatic engineer or whatever, but you think like, he's a bloke. He's a manly man. He's a beer drinking, football watching fucking guy. Like, if anyone's going to do it, you know, it's him. So at one point we've got fucking 4 pairs of eyes all looking at this thing going, it's impossible. Man built the Great Pyramids. Man built Stonehenge. Or the aliens, I don't know. And 4 absolute fucking bellends can't get a door automatic thing to work. It's impossible. It was not meant to be done. So my DIY days are definitely limited, people. And what you might be thinking, look at the instructions. That's not what they're for. Instructions aren't for looking at, all right? And to be fair, we did look at the instructions. And mate, I've seen vapes that are easier to put together than that motherfucker. And it wasn't like, you know, your flat pack IKEA furniture where it's like, they're all marked out, A, B, C, and you're like, right, nuts. Fucking 1 goes in A and B. I sound like I'm directing a porno now. Do you put the balls in? Yeah, you got to put the balls in. But yeah, it was just fuck all, guys. I came for a music podcast, Fonzie. Why are you talking to me about a door automatic thing? I don't know. There's not a lot going on in my life right now, all right? That's the exciting things that I've got to share with you lovely people. Don't give a fuck. Apart from that, I've just been, you know, just trying to keep on top of it, keep on top of my life. The masters for the track came back. Cool. Shout out to Greg Brooker of Glass Tone Records, based in Bath. Did a lot of work with some old bands I'm sure you're familiar with. If I'm being completely honest, like, this is no reflection on Kings Road Studio. This is completely us being picky arseholes. We had something specific in mind. It's not like he didn't deliver. The track still sounds class, but we're just in a place like, fuck. My advice to you, bands, is do not book PR. And the thing is, I know this. I fucking know this. Don't book PR before you've got the track. Once you have said track, you've done your reviews, you've got your master, and you are 110% happy with it, then book the PR. Me, silly fucking bollocks, tried to book the PR, said, oh, it'll be ready. It'll be ready in 2 weeks. Yeah, no problem, mate. Fucking idiot, cunt. Fucking no, nowhere near ready. I've not only put my guys at Sam PR back, by the way, if you guys are looking for decent PR, Sam PR are your guys. Gary is fucking amazing, and he's been totally patient with me. I'm sorry, Gary. And don't do it, basically, because we're stuck with these reviews, and it's, again, no reflection on Sanders. I was just in such a rush to get it done. And I'm not overly happy with the tracks. It's not that I'm unhappy with them. I just, in my view, it could be more adapted to the sound that we were looking for. But, I mean, they still sound killer, to be fair. It's a very raw, fucking cool sound. Going back again to Pixies, one of my favourite bands. You know, we're just bringing it back raw. A little bit of David Byrne, Talking Heads in there. It's catchy, man. It's got a hook. It's got a hook. Cinnamon Laces will be coming out officially on the 26th of April, baby. You're going to be seeing it circulate a few radio stations. I'm going to be doing a few interviews. So that'll be fun. I can't wait, genuinely. It's the first time I put out anything in over a year and a bit, and I'm really happy with the sound. And you know what's fucking awesome? It doesn't sound like an awesome thing, but I am genuinely having a few people going, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I want that. I want that shit. I want that reaction, because it's all very well, and all very well to look at a track and go, yeah, I like this, or yeah, I don't like this. The fact that people are having to think about it, like, oh, it's just not what I expected. When I gave a little preview to a couple of mates of mine, they're like, this is not what I've listened to Fonzie and Company like on and off last few years. This is not what I was expecting. I'm getting like different fucking feedback. I'm saying like, man, this sounds like fucking Stone Roses, or man, this sounds like fucking the Smiths. So I'm getting a lot of that like sort of new romantic, alt indie rock from the late 80s going on here. And then I'm getting a lot of people saying, man, this just sounds like Pixies as fuck. I love it, man. Or, that's good. I think, again, like I've told you guys, there's a lot of stuff coming out which is starting to get a little bit repetitive for my liking in the last like 10 or 15 years or so. And I'm quite happy to kind of put something in the mix that makes you go, I'm not sure if I like this. And you know what? I'm all right with that. I'm absolutely fine with the concept that you may or may not like it, because I feel like you get a second listen out of it and go, and then decide. You know what I mean? It's marketing that's clever. It's like, I'm not sure I like this. I'll give it a listen. Thank you. You've just upped my premium from 1p a listen to 2p. Thank you very much. Not even 1 or 2p. 0.01 or 2p. I don't know what the Spotify premiums go for nowadays. As if you fuckers are downloading it. You could download. I put this at 69 cents, by the way. 69 cents, not 99 cents. I think that's more than reasonable. But you know what, guys? I'm not going to see that money. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't do this for the money. Unless I actually get paid a decent amount. In that case, it's very much about the money. But, I've got a job. I don't fucking need the streams or, merch revenue or whatever. I'm more than happy to work for a living in order to pay for my hobbies. And, that's why you'll never see me start a Patreon, because I don't think it's up to you as a consumer to fund what I want to do. If you want to fucking fund someone's, little pet project, you go ahead if it makes you feel any better. I just think there are better causes, better charities, something more progress that money could be. I think it's exaggerated begging, if I'm being totally honest. And I know a lot of you go, Patreon's done so good, for upcoming artists. Like, well, I'm sorry, what are they doing? What are they doing to actually fund this themselves? What do they do? They go on to, they pander to their fans in order to get the fucking money that, they could quite gladly just fucking sit down and fucking work for a little bit. Oh, we do work, but we got to pay bills, and it's like, well, I'm sorry, so does everyone else. I'm sorry, Mr. Mr. Postman, who interrupted the podcast during my intro last week. You think I'm giving him extra money to do that? No, I'm not. I bet he's got a fucking model train collection. He's not going online saying, fund my model train collection. He's working as a postie to fund it. I don't know. I've made the backstory for this man. He's probably just... sits in a pub like a normal person. But I will never ask you for money. If a bit of merch, you get something out of that. You get a T-shirt. People want T-shirts. You want music, you got to pay for that music, because a lot of money goes into it. You play a gig, fine. You upload a video for entertainment, sure, that's on you to do that. I just don't think you should be fucking giving people money in order to... I find the time to do a fucking weekly podcast. So I do 60 hours at a fucking restaurant that I own because I worked my tits off for it. I've been working in this industry for 18 years for it to pay off and have myself a restaurant. That could go bust. It could do that. But that's on me. That's my prerogative to, see my hobbies through, see my career through. And I don't think anyone else should be fucking paying me to do so. Whoa, Fonzie, what a fucking arsehole. My opinions don't reflect everyone else's. I understand that. That is just me, all right? Love you guys. Love you guys. You do what you want. You do what you want with your money. if you got it, you could subscribe to a Patreon or you could give it to cancer research. Up to you. Or do both. I don't give a fuck. Oh, god damn. Sorry, I guess it's been a little bit difficult at work trying to balance this records and trying to balance like just opening a restaurant. No one told me it was going to be this hard. No one told me. It has been difficult. I think I'm at the arse end of it now. I spend a lot of time trying to hire new staff, man. And I think I've got my team now. I think we're about there. Of course, that can only last for so long where I've got to go and find someone else. But you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy with the team I've got. But fuck me, did I go through some absolute bellends. This kind of goes back to the Patreon thing, right? So I feel like, call me old, call me out of touch or whatever. I feel like the value of coming into a job that you want, you need to impress the boss or impress the company in order for them to hire you, right? Where the fuck has that value gone? Am I missing something? I had about like 3 CVs. I'm like, hey, you know what? That's pretty good. So I'll give them a call. They don't pick up the phone. I'm trying to arrange, I don't call them interviews because I feel like interviews are just too formal and a bit like, oh, so name 3 weaknesses about you. Well, if anything, I'm too nice. That sort of shit. I don't want that to do that. I just want to have a sit and chat, see if we get on see if we want the same goals, have the same values, that sort of thing. But when I call you, right, and you give me a text back saying, who dis? I'm like, right, okay, well, it's Fonzie from Asado. I was hoping to have a quick call with you. You sent a CV with me. Looks really good. I was just hoping to, get a quick chat out of you. A little chinwagaroo would be nice. What do they say? What's that? And bear in mind, this is not one person. This was 3 fucking people who went down this line of questioning. What's the salary? Right, understand you got to pay for shit. To me, it's just like, right, what's the salary? Right, well, for one thing, it's on the ad that you fucking replied to and sent your CV through to. Just saying, the information's there. Secondly, anything you want to ask about the job, your operations, what do you sell, what's your, anything else. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I will leave salary open to interpretation. The information's there. I just feel like if your priority is money over, and bearing in mind, I have not even fucking met you yet. You know what I mean? I'm not shaking your hand. I barely know you. And right now you think you're in a position where you're like, that money, meh, give me more, offer me more. It's like, I'm sorry, when was it a fucking X factor for me to impress you, son? Fucking, can I meet you first at the very fucking least and let me decide whether you're worth like more money than you claim? And by the way, I'm offering a fucking good salary, considering like the work is as easy as you want it to be. And you know what I noticed about those 3 people who sent in their CVs and were immediately asking about salary? And insisting on texting, by the way, would not give me a call. It said, right, the salary information is on there. I would like to give you a call. Some of them said, no, salary's not for me. I'm like, great, go back to Weatherspoons. So one of them was genuinely a GM of Weatherspoons. I'm like, yeah, of course, they're the biggest fucking conglomerate in the UK. Of course they can afford to pay their staff that much. I'm a fucking 40 capacity restaurant. It's just one of me. I'm sorry I can't fucking give you 40, 50 grand a fucking annum. I'm sorry. But, they would not fucking meet me. And you know what I noticed about these 3 CVs, right? All of them were 26. 26 was the oldest one I got out of those 3. The rest of them were younger than that. Is it a generational thing to want more money? I know, like, looking at the... I just saw something on the BBC, something about like work is at its lowest, unemployment is at one of its lowest around the age range of 18 to 24. And I'm like, right, this does seem to be since COVID times. It's saying like, oh, a lot of it's to do with like mental health and stuff like that. I'm like, right, okay, fair enough. But part of me, that little part of me is like, is it fair enough? You know, you got a lot of people fucking picking up the slack, and it's just like, again, when I see these young bucks coming in saying, "Hey, give me more money. I might be shit at the job, but give me more money first." I'm like, right, no. You got. I feel like that old school way of thinking. It's like, get grafting and you will get rewarded for it. Of course, there's been some companies that have been absolute dickheads. Some people have come in, done the job to the fullest, if not better extent than expected, and then they haven't been, you know, reflected in their pay or their benefits or whatever. And those companies suck. I'm a firm believer on, you know, high rewards for great work, but I feel like it's just kind of expected. Am I wrong? Yes, Fonzie, you're wrong. Oh, God damn. Sorry if I found it sound a bit Phil Mitchell-y today. All right, love. Get out of my pub. I've just woken up with this fucking throat. What, a different throat to what you usually have? No, just the same throat, just a bit streppy. I've been just trying to, you know, away from that, I'm just trying to sit down with my wife and just go back to good old fucking television, man. I miss TV, dudes. I've barely had time since Christmas just to sit down and just watch crap. I miss it so much, man. Before I bought the restaurant, I was freelancing, and I had so much time on my belt, because you can pick and choose the hours, but the tax just got insane, man. And I had so much time to just sit down and watch crap TV, and I fucking miss it so much. I watched that new series, The Gentleman, the new Guy Ritchie one. Right, I thought it was a movie originally, but then I was set down like 10 episodes long. Like, oh fuck me, Guy Ritchie's done a series. Here we go. This should be interesting. Guy Ritchie, I'm sure you guys know who fucking Guy Ritchie is. Revolver, Snatch, Rock and Roller, other ones. The one who was, boning Madonna for a while, probably still is, I don't know. Because she needs money for her handbags, you know, someone to carry the bags, a personal chef. You know what? Fucking kudos to the man. We watched it in one sitting, Beth and I, fucking Jack Daniels in hand. That bottle was gone by the time the 10th episode came around. I don't know if we were just pissed out of our fucking tits, but holy shit, dude, what a fucking watch. Good, The Gentleman, dudes. I'm trying to, I'll try and explain it before. If you've seen any Guy Ritchie film, it's got that kind of campy British humour, you know, things you wouldn't necessarily hear anyone say, but Americans think, that's the way British people speak? That's cool. Oh my God, that's so British of you. All right, darling, get in the back of my jam jar. I'll slip you half a yard of curry. Like he said, Ray Winston says, like, yeah, you get that septic to get the money or whatever. It's like, septic, fucking hell. Cockney rhyming slang for yank, septic tank, yank. I haven't heard that. And my wife turned around and said, yank. I'm like, yeah, how do you know that? It's like, I don't know. You know, the typical shit, man. But you know what? It's fun. The story's driven, very dialogue heavy. There's some decent little bits of violence in there now and then, as is Guy Ritchie's, you know. But the characters just are fucking awesome, man. They're just all interesting, all unique. There's not one bad character in there. They're all fucking amazing. So I definitely recommend the watch if you haven't done The Gentleman already. And honestly, we've just started watching 30 Rock again. 30 Rock is just... I want to put it up there, right? Controversial opinion. I will pop that up there in maybe the top 5 comedies of all time. That's British, American, whatever you want of it. And, you know, a lot of people would be like, what about Fawlty Towers? What about fucking Monty Python? And, what about Seinfeld? What about Friends? I think 30 Rock is just one of those thinkers, man. I think it's one of those comedies that you kind of have to let the public think about the jokes. And I think that, I'm not saying I'm smarter than a lot of you. I'm just saying you have to kind of think about it sometimes. And then a lot of the references do get lost on us a little bit, especially as Brits. But genuinely as a comedy, just so smart, so quick, clever. And it's a little bit stupid sometimes. So it kind of brings you down. And every character's great. Alec Baldwin, it's fucking amazing. I know Alec Baldwin's in a lot of heat recently for that thing on Rust. That new movie is supposed to be coming out. Oof. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, man, at the time it was just so funny. And Tina Fey is better than Jesus. Love Tina Fey, man. Fucking and you know what? Again, just watching TV, man. It's just been fucking nice. Watching did the whole stint of Friday Night Dinner. Friday Night Dinner is a show where same guy, I forget his name, Robert Palmer, I want to say. Same guy who wrote The In-Betweeners. Friday Night Dinner is just brought British camp humour back to TV. In-Betweeners was just like, you know, iconic. Of course it was for us Brits out there. You know, they made 2 movies out of it over 3 series. Friday Night Dinners went on for 5 series, maybe 6 series potentially. And then, what's his name? The guy who played Martin, Paul something. Yeah, bless him, passed away. And then even Phil, who I mentioned, my mate on last week's podcast, Kiwi bloke, he was like, mate, you ever seen Friday Night Dinner? I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking love Friday Night Dinner. He fucking loves Friday Night Dinner, mate. I'm like, this is just so cool that, you know, it seems to be universal. It's just the humor is just so camp and silly, and it's not like crazy funny, but it's almost like slapstick in a way. There's just and it kind of reminds you of your own family in a way, just like, you know, the dad's just a bit fucking, you know, oblivious to the world around him. The mum's just like loves her boys and just wants everything to go well, but also kind of goes, you see her just break every now and then, and she's not all she's, you know, together as she wants to be. I fucking love it. And, you know, the 2 lads, not lads, but, you know, they're just like, you know, privileged little boys, you know, going about their day. And I can't, fucking hell, this was a music podcast. You know, I think in the description I say, you know, everything that comes with life as well while doing music. And, you know, that's been my life recently. You know, just catching up on a bit of shit TV, which I'm sure you can all relate. I guess because I'm not touring and stuff anymore. I guess not a lot to talk about in terms of music, because, I mean, a lot of it was touring. I was thinking about this. Like, will I ever go out and play again? No. Of course I say that now. I'll probably end up getting on a fucking bill with someone at some point down the line. I do get like emails every now and then saying, oh, is Fonzie coming back, Fonzie and Company coming back together? You know, like to pop you, you know, on this tour or that. And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I don't think so, especially with this new sound going in. You know, we're putting a lot more into it. So I'd have to hire or somehow maintain about like 6 musicians other than myself in order to, you know, realistically reproduce that sound. And I don't want to do that. It's just that there was a fucking enough problems with 5 of us. Never mind about like 7 or, you know, starting our own fucking version of a ska band, you know. Or Slipknot or whatever. You know, look what happens to Slipknot. Fucking James Weinberg's out of the band. All of a sudden, the new guy, and then half of them fucking die, and then, you know, there's someone sues some other cunt. You know, I don't want that. I just, if I get around to playing, I will. Like, it's just right now that is the last thing on my mind. I was thinking about when I first started, you know, music, and then my first like proper breakthrough band when we started doing the European tours and stuff like that. I'm like, right, this is the life. This is the life for me. But when you're in your early 20s, late teens, of course you've got all the energy of a fucking buckaroo. I don't know what energy of a buckaroo it means. Energy of, I don't know, you know, insert your own joke there or whatever. Obviously, this energy drink isn't fucking, you know, getting my, I can't even think of the fucking word. Euphemisms? Shut the fuck up. Anyway, yeah, I was thinking when I was younger and, you know, touring and, you know, when we visit Belgium, when we did Dublin, Germany, we did Madrid, France, Paris, France, man. My first open air show. I was just fuck me. Isle of Wight followed it shortly afterward. Glastonbury followed it shortly after that, and I was like, this is what I want to do. This is absolutely everything to me. But then at the end of the 2-week stint, you didn't know how to control yourself. You were like 2 weeks into basically drinking every night. And of course, like, you don't have to drink every night. Plus, I had the privilege of not being able to drive. So those poor bastards who had to drive us around, shout out to James, wherever you are, man. He was the driver for a lot of that. I was thinking about the very first, it was at the O2 in Islington. Now, this band, I won't mention the bands. Those of you who know the story, who are close to me, know which band I'm talking about, but I think they're about to fucking have maybe their last tour or whatever. I don't know, but maybe they've grown up since then, as have I. But at the time, my first arena tour, and I think it was a matter of egos, definitely, because I think on this tour with this band, which, by the way, we never saw pretty much throughout the entire fucking 2-week leg, never saw this band apart from the guitarist and the bassist every now and then. We would never hang out. There was just such a fucking ego in the air. I just remember distinctly the lead singer of this band, when we were sound checking, saying, oh, this band is fucking something to that degree. It's like, what the fuck are this band doing here? That sort of thing. To which my bass player at the time that was about to fucking go off on him was like, we can't have that on the first day of the tour. This was in my hometown as well, near where I grew up. So I was like, this is everything to me. Like, I've made it, this sort of thing. Of course, we hadn't made it yet. We were just fucking lucky at the time to be discovered at the time in King Tut's in, was it Edinburgh or Glasgow? One of them. And just get on this tour. But unfortunately, it just put a bad taste in my mouth. But still, I just wanted to tour. I was like, it's not always going to be like this. Fuck it. But I do miss those days, but I also miss the energy I had in order to do that. Saying that, Pixies are allowed to go around, been in their fucking 40s, 50s, and just tour everywhere, man. Pixies are like one of the hardest fucking working bands I've ever fucking seen. It's insane, man. I bet they're not on the piss every night, and then they can still like shit out a decent record in between all that. Like, they must. I'm like thinking, how knackered must you be? But again, they're not in a fucking Fiat 500, They got a tour bus, they got per diems, they got gear, crew. They just had to show up for sound check and then, come and play for 2 odd hours or however long. When we last saw him, it was about 2.5 hours, I swear to God, of just pure music. By the way, Pat Lynn Chanton, who I might be butchering that, the bass player for Pixies, has just been basically kicked out. What the fuck is up with that? She didn't even know she was getting kicked out. And now they're replacing her with, I forget the lady's name, but the bass player from Band of Skulls, who's a British lady. That's cool. Anyway, apart from that, I mean, they're a fucking hard-working band. And I'm thinking, could I realistically see myself doing that? Yes, with the right equipment. Yeah, in the right circumstances, absolutely. But you know what? In the last 10 odd years or so, it has been like struggling to get gigs, sucking the metaphorical dick of these promoters just to get a show, even though we have proven sales. And, I can't do it anymore. It's become a little fucking song and dance, pardon the pun. And I can't do it anymore. I want to, obviously, we'll see how things go. Maybe if things do start to get a little bit more popular with Fonzie and Company again, you guys in Mexico, Canada now, yeah, oh shit, hey, you hosers, and there we go. I've just lost my Canadian viewers. Thank you, guys in Canada. I mean, there's probably only a few of you, maybe only one of you, but yeah, Canada, Mexico, America, and of course the UK. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for listening. Maybe we'll get out sometime, but in the meantime, just listen to the back catalogue, man. F&C and Company on Spotify, Apple, Deezer, fucking others, YouTube Music, probably. I don't know. But yeah, it's just nice to see you guys, and just nice to talk to you. Not gonna lie, I've come into this like super fucking tired. I just need to lie down, stroke the cat, and again, that is not a euphemism. Tickle my pussy. I would just like to actually have a day off, not doing anything. And I think this is going to be the day. So it's going to be a little bit of a shorter one. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Keep listening to the music. Again, the single's going to be coming out on the 26th of April, 2024. That'd be, so great for you guys to tune in, but it'll be on your local radio stations, listen out in your local media outlets for interviews, previews, things like that. It'll be great to see you. See you check it out. And of course, let me know what you think, good or bad. Music video for this, probably not going to do it. But we will have a good long think about it. We have recorded the second single as well, but we're going to sit on that for a little while because this is the first single coming out in a long time, and we just want to see what the reception's like. Could be bad, could be good, could be meh. So wait and see about that. Did I say keep listening to the music? Keep listening to the music, guys. Love you. F&C fucking out. Nala, come here. I want to give you a tickle.